What should you do if you just decided to enter university? Or you're still having some years left in your university and you want to make them the best years of your university life. Hi everyone, I'm Dilnaz and I'm graduating from Sustainable Urban Development degree in Tampere University. Actually, just now I finished all my things for my bachelor's degree and I decided to have a walk after my last exam and just talk about what would I advise to myself when I was just starting. So one of the things that I would tell to myself is do as much as you can during the first years. This was my lifesaver because during the first years of my university I have taken so many courses and done so much of extracurricular work, and I'm glad that I did that because later on, as I was moving forward with my studies, my enthusiasm and motivation have been lower and lower, and that was saving me in times when I felt like I'm burnout or I'm feeling like I need to focus more on searching for a work or internship. That's one of the greatest things that maybe no one would tell you, because usually people spend the first years to explore the space, explore the society, and party a lot and stuff like that. But I did the other way around. So in the beginning, when I didn't really know anyone, I decided to study a lot, also because I had this like passion for studying after my high school. So I took that as an advantage and did everything there. And then the third year, I was focusing on my thesis and I was focusing on just living my life. Another thing kind of related to that is don't try to chase any like groups of people or societies, because people tend to think like, okay, I arrived to some really new place for me, I don't know anyone here and I need to try to find friends. But actually, like, friends are going to be found in the places where you hang out, not because you are trying to search for them, but because you are interested in things that excite you the most. So I found my friends not really in a straightforward way. Like, I didn't go to speed friending event, I don't really think that works, but I was going to some places where I was feeling like I'm at home and I'm being myself. And through deeper conversations, I was finding people who are interested in the same things as I am and who have the same life values as me. Another thing, it's never too early to start doing anything and it's never too late to start anything. It's kind of a cliche, but I'm really happy that during my first year I was already kind of being involved in different things like hackathons or competitions, or I did my practical training right after my first year of studies. And even though some people would consider that I was underqualified for that, I felt like I had to use the enthusiasm that I had, and also you never know what kind of economy is going to be. So now there is a recession in the building environment sector, and I would say like 2 years ago when I had my practical training, it was much better than nowadays. So I'm really happy that I did that, because now it's kind of tough to find a job or internship in my field. But everything is like going in cycles. So if you can't find it during your first years, probably in the later years you'll have more chances for that. Something that I didn't follow is to learn the language of the country you're living in. I was learning Finnish when even before I moved to Finland, like during summer, but because English is so common here and it's so easy to communicate in English, I was like, okay, I don't really need the language. But then when I was searching for work, I realized that, okay, it's really important to know the language and be able to communicate with people. So I would advise everyone to learn the language of the country you're moving to or you're residing in. And now I'm also trying to learn Finnish, but I wish I did that earlier. Another thing that really helped me is to find your one and only, or maybe a couple of study buddies. Like, I had my friend Malak, and she was all the time telling to me like, hey, let's do homework for our math course or physics course or something else. And it was really nice to study with her in the same place and discuss some solutions, or just to be surrounded by this environment of studying, because otherwise I would have been at home and found something else to do. But this way I had actually some allocated time and allocated place to study. So we were going to the university campus, to the library or some other place, and we were studying those things there, which was really beneficial in my opinion. And I wish I did that more in the last year, especially during writing my thesis. Also, maybe something not really obvious, but try to figure out all the living things before the academic year starts. So for example, if you're just new to the place where you're going to study, or you need to move out, please figure out it's before the study year, because first of all, it's summer, it's warm, and it's easier to move. Second of all, you don't want to deal with all those things while you're also going to lectures and trying to write your thesis or doing something else, even though it means that you need to arrive to the place kind of earlier. But it will definitely pay off, as well as you will be feeling easier with adapting to a new place, because like in the beginning, when you are just like moving to the place, you don't have any lectures, you can properly go to the grocery store and see what's going on there, what kind of products are available, where is it located, how to use the bus and transportation system and everything else. Also, try to find some places that would be your like power places or strength places, where you feel like you're getting rested, or find places that serve the food that you like, because it's really important in the moments when you're going to feel homesick. Like, it's inevitable, definitely you're going to feel homesick at some point, and I know that for me it's like around November, and then later in the academic year, like around May, June, I feel like I'm homesick and I need some home food, not made by me, but actually proper home food. So I would advise you to find this kind of places, either like stores that sell some products that are not available in normal stores, or to find some restaurants where you can find that kind of food, and maybe join some of the communities that are like involving people who are from the same background as you. And don't be ever scared to go to some events alone, because that's the opportunity for you to meet new people, and I don't want anyone to lose interesting events or opportunities just because you didn't have any friend or acquaintance to go there with. So I would say don't be afraid to go there alone. Just be yourself, and needed people will come to you, or you will come to people when you're interested in them. So never be afraid of going somewhere just because you don't know anyone there. Like last week I went to a fashion transformation conference in Helsinki. Like, I needed to travel there for 2.5 hours from my city, and then I went there not knowing what fashion industry is all about, because I was in the construction industry all these 3 years. But I decided to go there, and I actually talked to some people. And another thing that is going from this is that I see quite a huge growth in myself and in the way that I talk to other people, in comparison of me 3 years ago and me now. So just give yourself time. It takes practice, and it takes some confidence to be built in yourself, to be able to speak to everyone that you are interested in, and not to be anxious about that. Also, I would say university years are meant for self-discovery journey, so I would advise everyone to just find time to discover new hobbies, go to some practice lessons of dancing, volleyball, hockey, golf, or something else. And also, don't be scared to go there alone. Like, I went to ice skating classes alone, even though I knew that those are in Finnish. I didn't really speak Finnish, but I went there, and it was the best experience of my life. I'm so happy that I tried ice skating and found some friends to do that with. So definitely try out new hobbies and find yourself, and don't be afraid to go somewhere that you have never went to in your life, because it's never too late to start. Like, if you want to start dancing, just go for it, because some people start dancing at 70 years old, so it's not late to start for you, definitely. And last but not least, don't take things too close to your heart. Don't take things personally. Like, if something is not going that well, it's not because of you or the subject or some other people. It's just because it's not maybe the right timing. Maybe in 1 year you would do this better. Like, yeah, you can postpone some of the courses to 1 year later, or you can find a solution if you think about it after some time. So don't take things personally, be quite chill, and always prioritize. Like, if you care about grades, you should think about them and not let everything just go by flow. But if you don't care about them and you care about something else, like diving deeper into the topic, you should do that rather than focusing on grades and trying to get them better or improved. I think those were some interesting thoughts, and let me know in the comments what do you think about those advices that I gave you, and if you want some part 2, because I definitely have something to say, but I don't want to bore you today. Also let me know in the comments. So thank you, bye.